MaJaMa Jams is brought to you by The First Glory Hole.
One of the biggest challenges the film's crew faced was Kirk Douglas himself. Apparently, Douglas felt his character, Major Adam, should be nude throughout the length of the film. Reasoning: in space, dong hangs free. After months of arguments, script revisions, and even legal action, directors Stanley Donen and John Barry convinced Kirk Douglas to put his goddamn pants back on. However, Douglas, now disgruntled, had a little surprise up his uncut sleeve. During a scene where he and Fawcett laid in bed together, Douglas discreetly removed his undergarments and prepared for his next shoot, an epic fight between him and fellow co-star, Harvey Keitel. Rumor has it, the directors knew of Douglas's plan, but thought it best not to forewarn Keitel out of fear he'd refuse to shoot, delaying production even further. Keitel was reportedly so traumatized by the incident, he quit acting on the spot, stating, "There was fury in that man's eyes, and to be able to sustain an erection throughout an entire choreographed fight scene is just not natural."
What did you guys think of Saturn 3? Far better than Saturn 2. Massive step up. The joke had to be made. I'm sorry we got out of the way in the beginning. Now we can move forward.
Yes.
This was directed by Mr. Stanley Donen. Did I get that right?
Yes. Actually, he was supposed to. It was the project child of John Barry. Was a terrific production designer, and apparently he was not very good at being a director. He has a vision. He knew how to design, how to create images, but apparently it did not work. Now, there are different stories. Some say it was fired after 2 days, some after 5, sometimes 6. Long story short, Stanley Donen, who was producing the movie, stepped in to become the director of the movie. And of course, it was a natural because probably the movie he was the most famous for is Singin' in the Rain.
Make them laugh. Don't you know everyone wants to laugh? My grandpa said go out and tell them a joke, but give it plenty of hope. Make them roar, make them scream. Take a fall, but a wall split a seam. You start off by pretending you're a dancer with grace. You wiggle till they're giggling all over the place. And then you get a great big custard pie in the face. Make them laugh, make them laugh, make them laugh.
This is the first, and as far as I know, the only experience that he had in the sci-fi.
Oh, okay. That actually, that makes another interesting nugget to this, of which I already had many comments. So I think what that's a good segue into is that while this is heavily science fiction, it is very relationship and one, I might almost say lust-based. I got, similar to Killdozer, I got Twilight Zone vibes where although it was heavily science fiction on a surface level, is definitely much more about the human interactions. And I will say that I don't think I realized in the beginning how economical it was going to be.
Yeah.
It was almost a much more higher budgeted Blair Witch, but find the locale, 3 leads, that's it.
Yes.
Kind of four leads.
4 leads, yes. So featuring some high-quality star talent. We have a Kirk Douglas, who's going to be talked about a lot during this.
Well, a certain body part, yeah.
Yes.
A lot of Kirk Douglas. We have Mr. Harvey Keitel looking like the most beautiful, pristine, angel-faced little baby.
Yes, he looks sculpted.
Yeah, he looked very alien.
No.
I don't know if they did that.
Nothing wrong. Just nothing wrong.
Yeah.
Just a dermatology commercial.
Except for his voice, because he was dubbed. Because apparently Mr. Donen thought that his accent was too Brooklyn.
Right. Okay.
Oh, not dubbed by himself.
No.
Oh,
I don't... Okay.
Dubbed by...
Roy Dotrice.
Harvey Keitel.
I will insert the name of the dubber here because I can't remember it right now.
And then, of course, rounding out the cast is a peak
Yes.
goddess, Bera, the poster. Fawcett.
Yes.
Now, when is this is 1980? You said. So when is
1980.
this coming on the heels of Charlie? Like right?
She was in such a peak of her career that her name comes before Kirk Douglas.
Damn.
The fourth is
Hector.
Hector, who I was curious about, but they said was actually a guy in a suit.
Yes. And then
It's a cool idea to do a head like that. Otherwise, you're
Yeah.
never be able to.
And the special effect designer, he said, when they built the robot, they had a problem with the head, so they had to replace it. And I never found out what was the original head. So they added this arm, which gave, he said, it gave more
okay.
personality and gave it the idea where he was looking at.
I have something for you. Earth dreams.
No.
We could be together.
Let me ask you guys first. So did you think he was effective as a monster, if you will? Not exactly monster, but the creature,
Well, yeah, you almost think Keitel's going to be more the villain, which he. I mean, they kind of
turns
both
out to be a
were.
punk ass bitch
Yes.
who loses his hand.
They kind of both walked the line, and Hector was technically him. or
And they were
programmed by
both
him.
incredibly rapey with Farrah Fawcett.
Yeah, I mean, who wouldn't be?
I think he was plausible as a robot, especially for the early 80s. He was a robot that you say, okay, I can buy that. I can believe that is something built by somebody.
The brain was cool.
Pure brain tissue.
We were great to get inside that tube and squish that brain.
Because it's definitely...
That's very sensitive. All right, so Hector was cool. All right, look, let's just get into it. Kirk Douglas is incredible.
Yes.
In the shape of his life, I don't think I've ever felt like such a fat, lazy, non-exercising, out-of-shape piece of shit than watching Kirk Douglas just sashay around, flinging himself through space doors in nothing but a towel and a rope.
He
At
jumped off a
64.
ledge.
Well,
But
she
he
threw him
had
off.
64 years.
Yeah, you try doing that to
Oh,
mom in 64, and you see how
Try
it
doing
works
it to
out.
me.
Do it to me. I'm 55.
Hold on,
I
we're
jumped
going
a
to pause
ledge.
the tape. We're all going to shove each other off a couch. So,
Doesn't it disgust you to be used by him? To be touched by an old man? Can't you feel the decay?
Stop it! Stop it! Stop it!
there's a scene where Kirk is naked.
Well, question. Has Kirk shown his ass before this film? Is it like something he wanted to do for his entire career and just never got the chance? Like, damn it, this is going to happen before I die?
It's going
And it's going to happen today. Pants drop.
I don't think so. I think it's the first time.
I could tell that he
wanted
definitely
to.
wanted to be naked in that scene. That's
Yes.
where I was going
Yeah.
to with this.
I
is that-
tell, on the other hand.
Wait, he wants to do the scene. What?
Choking me. Oh.
I feel like that was half enthusiasm and zeal for the project and just being down to do whatever. And I also feel like he was like, "Can we put my ass in this?"
Yeah,
scene?"
no, absolutely. It's Johnny in the room. Show my
Yes.
ass.
actors, man. I feel like I can be very narcissistic, but I've always tried to be, self-aware and self-deprecating about it. But I feel like these actors, man, it's just like, so what can we do to get my ass in here? Like, is there any way I could get my ass in the shot? Because it looks really good.
I have this idea about a movie of 3 people on Saturn. My ass! That's perfect.
He doesn't have an ounce of body fat on him.
No.
He's got that like strapping, like my rib cage sticks out, but it looks like disgusting, like I'm dying of hunger. His looks like it's actually sculpted, and
he is Spartacus.
I'm Spartacus!
I'm Spartacus!
I'm Spartacus! I'm Spartacus! I'm Spartacus!
I'm Spartacus! I'm Spartacus! I'm Spartacus! I'm Spartacus!
Then we have Keitel, like I said. How was he in this?
We're moving past the ass already?
Oh, okay. Kirk Douglas does a lot of physical stuff. And I'm not talking about stunts. I'm talking about he is just there. Well, him and Farrah both are kind of just paraded around like human eye candy. Like,
yeah.
But throughout, he jogs, the
pretty impressive with the jump rope.
Yes.
Did they have, again, talking about ridiculous outfits, did they have Farrah jogging in literally like a braless V-neck?
Yes.
Yeah, no sports bra?
I mean, I get it.
Maybe it's less gravity.
Sure.
I thought the aesthetics overall were great, and there was a lot of fantastic miniature work, a lot of fantastic practical shots. You mentioned this was the year after Alien. Definitely a lot of stylistic nods to that. Definitely a lot of similar claustrophobic horror themes.
And also, both Alien and this one, the sets were pretty much practical. So that's why also you had the luxury of having a lot of tracking shots following them or going in front of them.
Remember the shot where it's following her from below Farrah running?
Sally!
I'm sorry. I'm jumping all around. Matthew spit taking. How old is Keitel? He's got to be 30s?
Yeah, I think he was in his late 20s or something, yes. But yeah, he was flawless.
Not a single voice is his?
No.
Oh.
He's been dubbed, as I told you, by
Roy Dotrice.
So what was he originally like? Hey, so me and Hector here, you take your pants off because me and Hector here is feeling kind of loose.
I'm Winston Wolfe. I solve problems. 40 minutes to get the fuck out of Dodge. Which, if you do what I say, when I say it, should be plenty.
I like your body. Can I use it?
Oh, yes. Please, can we talk about that?
I know why you're denying me hospitality.
We offered you the run of the place.
I'm talking about you. Your body is very beautiful. I'd like to use it.
That is just the most... I don't think...
Direct.
I think even in, like, I Spit on Your Grave, no one has said that direct of a rapey line. Like, your body's very beautiful. I'd like to use it to
get... defense, he's still asking.
That's true. But, I mean, he literally says, your body is beautiful. Can I use it for pleasure? And I was just like, man, if only... You just cut out the pretense, you know? Bars across the country, just... Excuse me, miss.
Yeah, it's a deal.
So satisfying to watch that get cut.
We need to loop that like 100 times.
Yeah, also Kirk getting hit in the head.
Plus imagine squishing out the white goo.
Blue Dreamers?
Mm-hmm.
Now?
Why not?
And I wonder if they actually eat it or not, because it looks like they're doing a sleight of hand.
You see his hand.
He has it in his hand, right?
There's that weird line about addicts, which we were trying to figure out if...
the blue pills.
Oh yeah, and the blue pills.
They're little red herring-esque. Like, you think there's going to be some sort of, like, I used to struggle with blue pills.
There's a line about him taking in addicts into the space station. There's Keitel with the blue pills, and then there's Keitel popping a bunch of pills. And at the very end, when Fawcett's finally going to Earth on the flight, she's offered a fucking bowl of just random fucking colored pills like M&Ms, and she says no. Was it supposed to be a C plot where she had an addiction problem? Is that why she was on the space station? Or, I mean, shouldn't she be a researcher? Or I mean, no one can just jump on these...
And Kirk and her have been the only two on this station for a while. Just going at it. And
that dog.
And the dog.
But also their mission is to try to grow
food for Earth.
I imagine so, because there is this kind of like
experimental food.
Yes, or at least inside the house, greenhouse, and everything. That it's never explained.
Yeah, the plants. I forgot about the plants.
Yeah, apparently the original script was called The Helper, and Farrah Fawcett said multiple times and say we set up to shoot a movie that became very, very different from what we actually signed for.
Then you did a couple of movies that were not the greatest successes in the world. Did you really have a point there where you said, oh, wow, you did Saturn 3, I remember. Was that it?
That's a good one.
Well, you know, and it didn't really work for you for a while.
No, an interesting story. The title of that, before we finished,
Right.
before I started, was The Helper.
The Helper.
And it was very interesting. It was about a manufactured robot who fell in love because he felt the emotions of the man who had made him. And it was very interesting, the script, before we started.
And then all of a sudden...
I don't know what happened.
It was originally pitched as robot porn.
Yes. It was like 90 minutes of Kirk Douglas's ass, and then somebody's
getting pounded by a robot Hector.
And I said, wait, what?
They could do a list. When Harvey Keitel say, but my role, what is it? They say, oh, wait, okay.
Oh, you don't want it all. Hop on in there, Harv. Come on, you get used to it eventually. At least there's a consistency to the thrusting.
But so, yes, probably there are some remnants from the original.
I'm just thinking of think of the two of them in like fucking
Inhuman endurance! Inhuman endurance!
Just Hector in the middle.
Ripping dicks off.
Someone's gonna get their dick ripped off. That's a dick ripping end.
He's attached to dick ripping appendage. No, Hector, not the dick ripping appendage.
Why would you build that in the first place?
Abort.
Glad you didn't ask him to shake hands.
See, Kirk does a lot of those almost Jim Carrey faces. It
Yes.
fascinates me. And it's not like they don't work, but it makes me want to see him go full on like goofball. I know, like Ant-Man, Michael, his son, Michael Douglas, has done some comedic roles and has great comedic chops when he has to. And it was interesting watching Kirk in this, and you'll probably be able to bring up an example, I'm sure. He gives a little almost goofy flair in the beginning to some facial expressions. I was like, you know what? I think similarly, Kirk could probably kill comedy. He seems very game and could be goofy.
He has done some comedies.
In fact, something randomly came to me. Isn't there an infamous Michael Douglas ass scene in
Fatal Attraction?
Fatal Attraction, thank you.
Yes.
There is, right? Like father, like son. There you have it, folks. Douglas ass.
Cheek to cheek. Sorry. It's just like
yes.
The two of
so,
us. Oh my god.
like to see that.
I like the blue hue. I like that cozy underneath shot
The
with blasting the
Blues
steam. Blues Clues.
We are gonna play Blues Clues, cause it's a really great game. Yeah.
We just got a robot. We just got a robot. We just got a robot. Don't rip off our dicks.
I don't remember that episode.
That was a horrifying one. Let's keep it simpler. A lot of great visuals. I think some of it was definitely art. And yes, I think a nice blend of low-budget cheese and high-budget professionalism.
Yeah,
sure. So would you recommend that people check out Saturn 3? I didn't know about this movie before Mateo brought it up today.
Yeah, sure.
Me neither.
He just has these things on the shelf.
Yes.
What is this one? You ever forget at this point you own movies? Like, I have this?
Occasionally, yes. Occasionally it does happen.
So, thumbs up, Ski?
Yes. And also watch Singing in the Rain.
No. This is...
Singing in the rain, just singing in the rain. What a glorious feeling, I'm happy again. I'm laughing at clouds so dark up above. The sun's in my heart and I'm ready for love. Let the stormy clouds chase everyone from the place. Come on with the rain, I've a smile on my face. I'll walk down the lane with a happy refrain, just singing, singing in the rain.
Is it semen? Is it really semen?
Detecting, oh God, semen level unusually high. Jizz hardening, must go faster.